Do you hear that in your background? It sounds like a train. Can you hear that?
Just the one being ran on her mom.
Oh my God. You don't have anything on your end that sounds like that?
You think I would have just sat here and ignored a train noise and not brought it up?
I can hear it. Oh, you know what that is? That's the culture train. And it's right on time. Welcome to Culture Cheese.
My wife's calling me. I gotta go, dude.
Hey, it's good to have the King of Lampoons back from his 1 week suspension from Culture Cheese. Welcome to King of Lampoons back.
Train is leaving the station. Choo choo.
Yeah, the culture train. All aboard. But anyway, yeah, man, back from last week's I'm gonna say our most controversial episode to date.
I'm gonna say I wasn't there, so
I mean, there was just so much going on. I got a real angry message that kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that, but rattled me a little bit. I've had time since to come to grips with it. As far as that goes, I just want to say Karen from Philly, my guest, who was on covering for the King of Lampoons, had nothing to do with any of that. So any anger or ill feeling should be directed at me and me only, and won't happen again. That's the last I have. That's all I have to say about that ever.
Yeah, we should
if that party even is listening, which I wouldn't know if they were or not. No one else is going to even know what I'm talking about. But we should what?
We should get Karen on one time when I am here. I like talking to Karen.
Yeah, man, she was great. She was so great. I mean, and her just being here herself, she's such a magnet for controversy. Dear Lord, boy, that opened a can of worms. I'm trying to say. And then not only that, boy, did I kick the hornet's nest, King of Lampoons, with our coverage of Stoneddad and the Dank Crew. And brings me no joy to say this, but boy, did I get a lot wrong.
Shocking.
So I want to address some of that. In a nutshell, and I don't want to rehash a lot of the stuff that I said, but I will go back and correct the things that I said that were wrong. May even get an apology out of me. You know what I mean? But to make a retraction like this, that's the ethical thing to do. That falls within the Culture Cheese code of ethics. So I do want to get into that and clear some of that up. That was a wild ride. So we did a video on this guy, Stoneddad, the alleged leader of the Dank Crew.
Yeah, so I listened to most of that.
Yeah.
Didn't pick up on why does he call himself Stoneddad?
Oh, come on, man. I'll put two and two together.
Is that a weed reference?
Okay. Can we start the recording over and just pretend that you didn't ask that question?
I feel like it's a valid question, man.
I'm almost hesitant to even say anything because, I might get something wrong again and I'll have to do more retractions. I'd like this to be the last retraction I have to make. But yeah, we did a rather long form deep dive on this guy, Stoneddad. He saw it. He started commenting on it on the video within about 5 minutes of it being up. And then he left some more comments. So I think he was commenting in real time as he was watching it. About 20 minutes later, approximately, he commented again, "Hey, I'm going live." So I jumped on to his live stream to watch. And he just kind of started immediately defending himself against things that I had said, defending himself against things that weren't said about him. And also just started kind of defended himself against things that weren't really my point. The point of the whole thing really was the climactic ending towards the end of the video, which I wouldn't know if he made it that far or not. But yeah, so I couldn't get on to his stream at the time, but he was letting me have it. And poor Karen, he was laying into Karen. Then later on that evening, he went live again. I was unable to get on. They were live for a little while discussing the video Karen and I did last week. I got online, jumped right into the chat. They sent me the link. I went on, and it was like me and I don't know, four, maybe five other people, none of whom were particularly glad to see me, which is understandable. And but I was like, hey, if I'm going to do a long form video on somebody, and then I've got the opportunity to have this guy confront me and ask me questions or clear the air on things that I got wrong, I should at least do that for him, which I did. And he immediately started. So you watched enough to know that this was kind of like about his music, his AI music and stuff, even though that really wasn't what I was building up to.
Right.
Yeah, I said some things regarding his music that I claimed, and I truly believed this at the time, were 100% AI generated. Meaning, from front to back, he put into the, hey, make me a song about this. The AI spit out a song, and he says, hey, here's a song I wrote. Went on to Stoneddad's stream, and he told me, "Lo, I wrote those lyrics." He said, "Those lyrics in those songs that you heard were mine." Said that he's a writer. Said that he's been a writer since he was a teenager. And I'm listening to him, and I believed him. You know what I mean? I was convinced that it was all 100% AI. So basically, he writes the lyrics to songs, enters them into the AI. The AI makes a song. Obviously, it's not his voice, but they're his lyrics. And you know what? So look, I take that back. That was a mistake on my part. And I, quite frankly, like, why do I care? You know what I mean? If this guy's a writer and he wants to enter his songs, he's not a musician by his own admission. Yeah, what the hell do I care? If this guy is just making songs and having a good time, and that's his form of expression, what am I here to why even make a big deal of that? Even though that really wasn't my point. I did make claims that he was the head of the AI music underbelly. And I think that was another, this guy takes everything so literally.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he was really defending himself. Like, I'm not the head of the AI music underbelly. Like, just no sense of hyperbole. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, as if there's a thing. Like, it's the AI music underbelly.
Yeah. But I mean, he just takes everything so literally. At one point, I asked him, I said, hey, so let me ask you something. Because these guys, like, when I jumped into the chat, the entire conversation seemed to revolve around poor Karen from Philly and her gender. So that was kind of around the point that I jumped on. And these guys, not Stoneddad specifically, but other members of the Dank Crew, some of whom we might be getting into a little later. Just saying. But like I said, because Karen was a hell of a lot more fair than I was. There were certain things that she said that that didn't sit well with him. Like at one point, he asked, she asked if Stoneddad was actually AI. But I had been playing this video for about 3 seconds when she asked this, and I mean,
yeah,
you know, he just got hung up on certain things that I had said that were kind of tongue in cheek, but like at the same time, like I don't know, like people are like, I guess a troll in his chat one time must have been like, oh, you probably live in a cardboard box. Well, this guy's like showing his house on the stream, like, see, I don't live in a cardboard box. I live in a house. Well, I don't think anyone truly thought that you resided inside a cardboard box.
Yeah.
So I got on. Box. I got on, and at one point I had an opportunity to speak, and I was a little off my game because I was getting questions at me from So I didn't even really get to my point. At one point in the stream, I was like, you know what, Stoneddad, there was something I wanted to ask you about, and it slipped my mind. It kind of just, I had just lost my train of thought, my culture train of thought, and then I forgot to even bring it up. So that's my own dumbass fault. But I asked him, I said, you know, just as this is an example of him taking. I was like, so why even attack Karen like that? I don't get that. Why you attacked her instead of me? Whoa. First of all, I did not attack her, okay? She was not harmed in any way. She has no bruises. I'm like, I don't mean like you called a drone and missile strike on her. Like, you know, just the figure of speech. But so there was a lot of that, just taking things real literally. So, but I want to clear that up. This guy went on record. He's like, yo, I don't claim to be a musician. I don't claim to be an artist. Guy writes and puts his thoughts to the AI and makes music. Whatever, man. You know what I mean? Live and let live. So I've come around on that.
Still makes garbage, just a different kind of garbage than what you initially.
But it's not garbage. Like the lyrics are good, but I thought that they were AI generated, so like it was not impressive to me. Like I could go on AI and say, hey, make a song about the King of Lampoons, and I could make a song, you know, making you sound ridiculous if I want. The AI is going to come up with choruses and verses, and who knows, maybe even a refrain and a guitar solo if I wanted it to. But I can't really take credit for that. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I thought he was doing. I no longer believe that, and I've come around. I was doing a lot of carrying on about AI music in general, and that was one of the things they were kind of drilling me about. Was like, well, what's your problem with AI music and blah blah blah. The truth is, I don't really give a fuck. But so there's that. So I want to reel that back. That's a retraction, right there. I stand corrected, and I want to go on record as saying that I got that completely wrong. This is a guy, like I said, he's just writing lyrics, putting them to music, and more power to him. That's actually, in a way, kind of cool. I've made AI music before, and I didn't put nearly as much effort into. So any AI music I'm going to create, comparative to his is going to be far more superior for that reason, because it's actually his words, his thoughts, and that's what he was claiming all along. At the time, I wasn't buying it, but I was convinced I was right. So I want to wheel that back. I want to walk that back. I also made comments, and look, I didn't feel good about this, because I was making comments about he was doing a lot of sniffing. Okay, he's at work. There's a lot of like background noises and stuff. He's sniffing, he's spitting. And so, of course, I'm pointing it out. I'm making jabs about that, because I'm like, you know, this guy's live streaming. Like, what's with all these noises and stuff? So when he got me on the stream, he called me out on that, and he's like, look, or maybe it was a different stream before, not the one that I was on. I don't really remember. There was a lot going on. But he's like, yeah, I do sniff. He's like, I work. He works at a coal-powered electrical plant, which he also. Sniff. Well, he also was defending himself against claims that neither Karen nor I made about his job. Like, we were making fun of his job and his profession, which we were not. So there was really nothing for me to even defend there, other than just say, like, look, I didn't say that. That's kind of putting words in my mouth. But whatever. I mean, I'm sure that he's defending himself against like 20 different things, some of which we did say, some of which we didn't. But he said, he's like, yeah, I work at a coal plant. Out in the coal yard, when you breathe that stuff in, it's going to get into your nose. It's going to get into your beard. It's kind of going to get into your throat. Man, look, man, I felt like a dick. I did not realize that this was a byproduct of where he worked. You know. Yeah. If I had a cold or something or allergies, I'd either take something for it or just not record. But whatever, man. This guy's at work doing his thing, and had I known that this is a byproduct of working in that type of condition, I wouldn't have said anything. So I'd like to apologize to them. And you know, I'm not going to ask Stoneddad to accept that apology. Be cool if he did, but even if he doesn't, just so that he knows that the apology was sincere. But their big gotcha moment when I did get on the stream, because these other guys they kept asking about Karen from Philly. And so you try to tell me that's a she? And I said, yeah. You telling me that's a woman? This is not Stoneddad. This is a different guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And he kept kind of like interrogating me about this stuff. And then at one point, when I was talking to Stoneddad said, like, well, I could tell that you two obviously went way back. You guys obviously had a rapport with one another, the way you were talking. I said, oh, yeah. I was like, I've known Karen a long time. I said, I've known Karen back when she was Danny. This guy, whoa, what'd you say? So I repeated it. And that was like the big gotcha moment, like that I had admitted that it was that Karen is a transgender woman, which I didn't realize was up for debate. I thought that was clear as day. And, I'm like, well, yeah. But, and it was kind of like they got us. The cat was out of the bag. So you're telling me that she used to have a dick? I'm like, well, yeah, man, what the fuck do you think? But I didn't realize that there had been a whole discussion beforehand. But when I joined about Karen, so I watched back the part of the stream before I joined, and they were speculating on Karen's gender and is this a man? One of them said, like, it looks like to me like a man who is transitioning into a woman. Well, that guy's right on the money. I don't think this is a big secret. I mean, Karen is very open about everything. It's not for me to talk about because I don't even really know everything about her journey. But
I mean, I would hope that she's happy about that. Like, that's the goal, right? To like fool people. I mean,
I think
them, but like to.
I think all the anti-Karen stuff, all the transgender slams bothered me more than Karen. Karen doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, right. Like the whole like stuff that they're saying, like the anti-trans stuff is just stupid. But I feel like if she's making them even question it, right? Like that's like the goal of like transitioning to, right? Like so.
Yeah, she looked amazing, by the way, on this stream. You know what I mean? But so I even asked Stoneddad. I was like, so what was your issue so much with Karen? And he said something like because I was like, is it just the fact that she's trans, or I don't remember exactly how the question went. I don't want to say anything, misquote anything, because the guy takes everything so literal. But he just said, look, my beliefs, I believe in two genders. That's my belief. And you know what? I've always said this. People think the whole world is like the way it is when they look out their window. You know what I mean? That goes both ways. Stoneddad, me, you. I think that's what the issue with social media, why people are always fighting on social media, because they all think that the whole world is kind of like the world that they live in, but it's not. There's different, you go to, here in the United States, you go to different parts of the country, vastly different than other parts. So their culture out there is different from ours. So I wasn't even really trying to change his mind on trans people, but it did make me wonder if Karen came on and was nothing but complimentary about Stoneddad and had only good things to say, would there be this much vitriol towards her? But, whatever. I'm not trying to change anybody's mind about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, whatever. Once again, I'm kind of losing my train of thought, forgetting where I'm going with this. Did make mention about this Dank Crew that I was saying was like an underground AI music Illuminati type cult. And he said, no, it's not what we are. We're just a group of guys. He said the purpose of this channel is mental health. I said, look, I watched about 3 hours of you, and nothing that I saw spoke to that. Just saying. He said, well, the videos that you watched were probably the worst 2 videos as an introduction to Stoneddad. That's fair.
Okay. Is it fair? I mean, if you're going to claim that your whole video is about mental health, and then you have one Stussy talking shit? Is that really? Can you claim
That was my point. Yeah.
Can you claim that your whole channel's about mental health? Like, I mean, even if you got like 2 outliers, you can't really claim that your whole channel's about mental health.
Yeah, I was watching a video. He spent over an hour addressing one troll that was in his chat. So anyway, that happened. The next day, he went streaming live. I jumped into his chat. And not in a hostile way. Say what I want onto his chat. I was like, you know what? I could come in hot. We could have it out. We could start fighting. Or I could just come in, be chill, be cool, take my lickings, let these guys say whatever they want to me. And boy, did they let me have it. I did notice a total change. It was way different stream, way different vibe than what I had watched prior. Look, I'm not claiming that I had anything to do with it. Maybe I did. Maybe he felt like, oh, this guy's back watching me. Maybe I need to watch what I say. I hope not. I want this guy to just do his own thing. Look, I'm not going to mess with this guy anymore. I'm not saying I'm not going to be into his chat because I'm kind of sucked into this whole thing now, man. I'm kind of addicted to Stoneddad and the Dank Crew streams. But you know what? Just as an observer from now on, I'm just going to observe. But that's really what this channel is just stuff that myself or even the King of Lampoons consumes during the week that I find interesting, and then I want to share. Lots of times I'm sharing it to people via the King of Lampoons because he doesn't know what this stuff is. Most people don't. It's not like families are sitting down on a Sunday evening to watch the latest Stoneddad. Like it's like DTF St. Louis, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So it's, I'm trying to turn people onto this, but I want to do it as accurately as I can. There's going to be a lot of hyperbole. There's going to be a lot of antics and showmanship. But hey, shout outs to Stoneddad and the Dank Crew. But this was the point that I wanted to address on his stream. I'm going to kind of address it now. No need to rehash stuff. I don't want this to go in a negative direction. But look, Stoneddad, just be careful out there, man. Be safe, and he knows what I'm referring to. I guess same goes for these other 2 guys that I was talking about, a dude named Mud Daddy and a guy named Nuggy. Neither of whom I really give a shit about. But at the same time, to those guys, be safe too, because, your own safety and the safety of others. Just keep that in mind. I'd like to see that change if you guys change anything. Do you know what I'm referring to? I don't even know if you made it that far into the video.
I don't know what you're referring to, but I just want to say that, again, you can't really claim to be a mental health channel when you got dudes named Mud Daddy and what's the other guy's name?
Well, look, that's just their monikers. You know what I mean?
Okay, but I'd be like,
how can we claim to be making a positive difference in the culture with a guy named the King of Lampoons? That doesn't speak to pushing the culture forward. Speaks to a guy that's going to lampoon things.
And I am. I don't know. But I mean, if you're getting mental health advice from a guy named Mudbone or Mud Daddy or whatever the hell his name is,
yeah,
that doesn't sound.
This guy had no advice. I kind of think he fancies himself as a funny guy. He was not. Listen, I wouldn't mind getting myself a membership into this Dank Crew, maybe working my way up the ranks a little bit, and he's the first to go. Let's start chopping some of this dead weight around here. Now this guy Stoneddad, also he claimed he's like you made it out like we're some big, crew of underground AI music. Like hey, look, I'm just a normal guy, and I just got a small crew of guys. Sounded very similar to any footage I've ever seen of like a mafia boss, like in court or being interviewed, like, hey, I'm just a businessman,
Yeah.
Yeah, I own a deli down the road. I'm just there's no such thing as the mafia. Sounded very much like that. And I'll tell you what, it's structured very similar to a mafia. I think Nuggy and Mud Daddy appear to be high-ranking lieutenants. Now that being said, because again, he takes everything so literal, I don't mean to say that you guys are any type of actual mafia. And I'll go even further to say that I don't think these guys are committing any crimes whatsoever. So really not a very good mafia if you think about it. But I don't know. I can bring up something. I gotta. There's a couple things that would lead me to believe that. And I can show you if you want me to.
Yeah.
I'll bring it. I'll bring this up, and then we'll move on from Stoneddad because we got a lot of culture to get to. So one moment, please. And as usual, I'm having trouble. What the hell am I doing here? None of this is going to see the light of day. I'm going to edit all this shit out. But excuse me while I bumble through.
Probably won't, but
So when you make claims like this, here's Stoneddad. And this is one of the videos that now Karen and I had made reference like this is like a horror movie, and he took that to mean like where he works is like a horror. Look, it's not really what I meant. I mean, you got this guy, he's a very imposing figure. The camera work is very found footage like, you know what I mean? He's a big tall guy. He looks like, much like an Art the Clown from Terrifier. I should have worn my Terrifier shirt today with Art the Clown on it. Shout outs to Art the Clown and the Terrifier franchise.
I don't know why I thought it. I mean, the orange and yellow, jacket kind of gives it away. But when you first showed me a picture of him, I thought he was like one of those cave diver people with that's with the hat and the I don't know. I thought he was wearing like a camera on his helmet, but I guess
that's I believe that's a minor light.
Yeah.
I believe he said that he's a power plant technician. Again, very respectable, noble work. That was never my intent to criticize this guy's job. But now, listen to this. Just take a moment to soak Stoneddad in. Stoneddad.
That's kind of crazy, though. Just saying. Some of these people on the internet are doing some weird shit. I don't know. I don't know what y'all think, chat, but I don't respect it. That's for sure. And then you got people like Stacy. Stussy.
I met Stussy. I got to speak to Stussy. It was a big thrill.
You still taking Stussy on that date? Hell no, my daddy gonna drop her ass right the fuck off in the ocean. She swim with the fishes. She smell like one.
Swimming with the fishes. That's a quote from The Godfather, a movie about what? Mafia.
Oh boy.
Just saying.
Oh boy.
I'm just saying. Let me skip ahead. Something here. This is some of the
Who is he?
Huh?
Who's he addressing in this video?
Someone named Stussy, some woman that bothers everybody in the chat. They had her on the stream for maybe about 5 minutes. They were lampooning her. I even got a little bit of a lampoon in too. I got a big laugh from Stussy and some other members of the Dank Crew. Hey man, that's not any small feat when you go in there and everyone's already against you and you get a laugh out of these people. I'm charming, man. When I go on these things, charm the pants off these people. Not literally. I don't want Stoneddad making a video. My pants were on the whole time. He didn't charm the pants off me. I got to talk to Stussy. But let me skip ahead. And this will give you an idea of like who I was dealing with. Where's it at? Timestamp here. So here's the whole Dank Crew. Now tell me this. Tell me this doesn't look like the bulletin board at the FBI office, AI music division, where they've got the
attached to it,
the pictures thumbtacked to the wall and there's Stoneddad up top. To his right, we've got Mud Daddy, and then below that's Nuggy. And this is a panel discussion. So this is this is Nuggy's contribution. He's going to tell a story. So I'll just go and let this play. It's only about a minute long. Just let the thing play out. Just to give you an idea.
They don't do that.
I find it amusing that so many.
That's Nuggy on the bottom.
Dig as deep as they go.
That too.
Oh, by the way, this is the video that we were discussing. So this was pre these guys even knowing I existed.
Gotcha.
They're just going about their day.
I swear, some of these gas station owners can be.
What?
I said some of these gas station owners can be some fucking pricks.
No, that's not what you said.
Well, on Friday, I stopped and got gas. I met one of I walked in, paid for everything, came out, and one of my buddies was out there, and I was talking to him for like 20 minutes. Well, I just pulled away without getting my gas. But as I was on my way home, I realized, and I called him. It was 10, 15 minutes later.
What?
Just wanted to say, I mean, he doesn't look like the type of guy who has to deal with a strict HR department. But I don't know in 2026 there's any employer that wants you thrown around those kind of comments.
Yeah. I had made a comment that once I work my way into this this hierarchy here, and I'm hoping to reach the level of maybe not right-hand man, but maybe consigliere, the advisor to the Don, to the Godfather, Stoneddad.
Yeah.
And I had made mention of getting rid of some of this dead weight. This Mud Daddy guy, he's the first to go. And then this guy Nuggy, who we're watching now, I'll play the rest of his story. You got to hear this story. But I'm thinking we keep him around because, I mean, in the mafia, they've got what's known as Muscle, the enforcer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think this guy would make a good thug. I mean, just look at, he's kind of an imposing looking figure. I mean, I don't know what he looks like when he's standing up. I mean, he's, driving a car right now. But, got a kind of an enforcer type look about him.
So, driving a car is always the best time to do this kind of thing, but
yeah.
That.
So I'm not saying that this is like like the straight up mafia. Like I'm looking at this picture of Stoneddad here. I'd have no way of telling if this guy is 100% Italian or Sicilian or not, but that's one of the requisites to be in the mafia. You got to be 100% Italian.
Yeah.
So look, I mean, I'm not going to ask this guy to submit a DNA test or anything like that, but let's get back to the story. This is Nuggy at the gas station.
I said some of these gas station owners can be some fucking pricks.
Yep, they can.
Well, on Friday, I stopped and got gas. I met one of I walked in, paid for everything, came out, and one of my buddies was out there, and I was talking to him for like 20 minutes. Well, I just pulled away without getting my gas. But as I was on my way home, I realized, and I called him. It was 10, 15 minutes later. Told him, like, hey, I forgot to get my gas. They're like, oh, yeah, we see it. It's still there, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, you got to wait till the manager comes back on Monday. So I called just now. And then she's trying not to give me my fucking gas. I'm like, dude, I fucking called 10 minutes after. Yeah, I called 10 minutes afterward, and they said it was there. Now you're gonna say it's not? Well, we weren't over that day. I said, I don't give a shit what you were. I said, you all fucking told me that the money was there. And now, but she said, well, just come in and pump your $32. I said, yeah, I am. I said, if not, I'm gonna you're not gonna like the way it is.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
So, look, to summarize, just in case anyone had a hard time hearing that, what happened was this guy, Nuggy, went to the gas station, prepaid $32 worth of gas. Then, instead of pumping his gas, got into his car and drove away like a fucking dumbass. So anyway, he calls back, speaks to the manager. They have a conversation. And in the end, the manager says, okay, just come in and pump your $32 of gas. End of story.
I mean, it's a pretty stupid story because like it starts off where it's going to be like that. Well, first of all, it starts off horrible with the word that he uses, but then it starts off like it's going to be this like big like deal about it, but then he just gets the gas anyway. Like, but it's also he presents it as if it's a common problem that like the gas station should have just been accepting of and like know how to deal with it, as if people are just driving off without getting their gas all the goddamn time. I guarantee it like never happens. Do you know anybody who's ever forgot to pump their fucking gas? And he says it was like 15, 20 minutes later when he realized he didn't get it. It wasn't immediately when he looked down, when he started the fucking car. I don't understand that.
Yeah. This guy's not a fan of Good Benjamin. And I'm not really a fan of him either. Look, I'm just a fan of Stoned Dad.
Pump 60 and roll out.
Over fucking $32. Like, come on.
I feel that. That's just wild.
So Stone Dad, this is a wild story to me. Just he could have just kept that one to himself. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. Like, what's the point of that? That's in the end, he gets his gas. So it's basically just a story that he tells where he's like makes himself look like an idiot. So what's the point of that? Yeah,
I don't know, but look, I'm going to kind of close the chapter on this whole Stone Dad thing. I think that I'm just going to, my involvement from here on out is just going to be as casual observer / fan. No more covering. I don't want this guy feeling like, oh, I'm being watched. I kind of got to, I don't want this guy to not be himself. When he did his first stream talking about Karen and I, he had just watched, he couldn't have watched more than 20 minutes because the video had only been up for about 20 minutes, half an hour. So he was just kind of responding, giving it back to me. Had some swagger about it. Later that evening, I guess he watched a lot more of it, if not all of it. I don't know. But he went on stream. This is before his buddies all showed up. And he was just kind of sitting there. To me, it looked like a guy, like the video had an effect on him. Yeah. And for me, seeing that, it did not make me feel good. I didn't feel like this was some sort of victory. In fact, I just felt bad. Like this guy, you know what it was, honestly? I kind of got vibes from this guy at first, similar to vibes that you and I got way back when a certain individual kind of came across our radar.
Yeah.
Had really, the difference being that guy reached out to us. He reached out to us with a whole line of bullshit. He wanted to come on a podcast that the King of Lampoons and I were doing and promote. He said he was going to be starring in a Netflix show. I guess there was a bidding war between Netflix and Hulu. And I mean, we knew right away that this was all bullshit. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, is this guy delusional or is he trying to deceive? Because if he was trying to deceive, it's like, why are you coming on, wasting our time and using our platform to the audience we had at the time to promote something that doesn't even exist? I kind of got similar vibes from this guy, but the difference being this guy never did anything to me. You know what I mean? And really, the same way I find all this crazy stuff. And then I watch it, I take it in. We live in a day and age like people are. Like, I think you yourself too. You've kind of got a little bit of a Gen Z type. You're very Gen Z-ish, whereas you prefer short form content, Instagram Reels, stuff like that. I'm a long form guy. You know what I mean? I see a video that's 3.5 hours long, and there's a picture of Stoneddad. Yeah, I'm gonna watch all 3.5 hours probably twice. I've always been like that. And then I examine, I critique, I try to make social commentary. But I'm not trying to have an adverse effect on this guy. You know what I mean? And really, my only main point is just be careful out there. You know what I mean? And I'll just leave it at that. It's in the other video. I don't want to even bring it up. If anyone's seen the video or Stoneddad knows what I'm talking about, it's more so just some unsafe practices that I saw that were, unsafe to others and himself. I don't want to see any of these guys get hurt or anybody get hurt. So just
I have no idea.
Well, that's because you didn't watch it to the end like I asked you to. So you don't even know what the fuck we're talking about.
I don't know the end part. I don't know the part that you're talking about right now. So, I mean, if you
go watch it. No, I don't. Well, I want to
Okay.
show it to you, man. Just bring it up on your own phone, on your own YouTube.
All right, man.
So look, I'm going to clip this and I'm going to attach it to the original video as a follow-up and a retraction. I think that's fair. You know what I mean? But hey, man, shout outs to Stoneddad. I like the guy. That is not tongue-in-cheek. I'm being serious. And whether or not, he cares for me, that's just something I'll have to live with. But hey, that's that. Let's move on to something a little more lighthearted. What do you say? Or did you have something to add?
No, I'm good.
Well, look, I made my retraction. I even apologized. I'd like to give the floor to the King of Lampoons for a moment if he would like to apologize as well.
What would I apologize for?
I don't know, man. You're part of Culture Cheese, so I just, I apologize.
I wasn't there, so I'm not apologizing for anything.
Hey, fine. I'll tell you what. You don't see these issues of solidarity within the ranks of the Dank Crew. That's all I'm saying. Those guys are all for one and one for all.
Well, they got him on a little bit when he used the word he shouldn't have used and made him change it. So, I mean, I don't know.
Well, anyway, look, let's switch gears. What do you say? And we're going to move away from this whole Stoneddad Dank Crew universe onto a universe that I've kind of introduced you to in the recent weeks, known as the Dabble universe. What do you say? Are you into the Dabble universe? I am.
Only the stuff that you tell me about it.
Yeah,
that's my limited knowledge of it.
Of the comments that we get, like the critiques, a lot of it is like from people that are well versed in what's going on, and they're like, "This is old stuff." We already know about this stuff, and I get that. But this whole me mentioning this is not really to what happens in this Dabble universe is something will come up. Someone from within this corner of the internet will do something. It could be anything. So then all the shows within the Dabble universe, now they've got content for the next couple of days. You know what I mean? And all the shows are reporting on it. So none of this stuff is breaking news, and nor is it supposed to be or meant to be. So this is not so much for the people that are in the know about the Dabbleverse. This is for more like boomers, like myself, Gen Z Zoomers, like the King of Lampoons, people that don't know about this stuff. And this is just like everything else is just educating people about what's out there or what I watch that I want to share with other people. You know what I mean? So, but this kind of ties into that whole storyline that we were covering before with Stuttering John. And remember that whole Rodney's Comedy Club fiasco, right?
Yeah.
And it was like an evening with the stars. All the big names came out. All the big names from the Dabble universe came out. Anthony Cumia, who left a comment on our video, leaving a rebuttal. That was pretty cool for little old us, having Anthony Cumia weigh in. And I don't want to say defend himself against what we said, but give a rebuttal. I wish we had time to get into it, but we had to cover all this Stoneddad stuff, so we didn't have time to get into the Anthony Cumia comment. So anyway, Stuttering John, he's back at it again. He booked 2 more shows. One in New York City and one in Poughkeepsie, which Poughkeepsie is northern New Jersey, bordering on New York, right?
Oh God, it's that area. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I forget which clubs. Maybe Catch a Rising Star, which I actually thought was somewhere else. I don't know. It's irrelevant. But he's got 2 more shows booked, and you know the ongoing and long-standing feud between he and Kevin Brennan. Now, I don't. You're at least familiar with who Kevin Brennan is, right?
yeah.
Yeah, he's my favorite. Like this whole Dabble universe is kind of split up into camps. Some camps are kind of under this show. Others kind of follow along with this show. I'm a Kevin Brennan guy. MLC, Misery Loves Company. So if you remember, like he was the guy that approached Stuttering John before his act and kind of started messing with him. There, a fight almost broke out in the bar of the comedy club, spilled outside onto the sidewalk. This was all covered on previous installments of Culture Cheese, available here on YouTube and on Rumble, uncensored. Go over there and give that Rumble, a subscription maybe. I don't know. That guy that we were just listening to, what was his name? Nuggy. I was listening back to the Stoneddad stream when he was talking about Karen, and I was like, "What are these? A pair of lips?" I was like, "Ooh, I hope the people over at Rumble don't catch wind of that or hear him say that, because they'd be booting us right off the platform. They'd wipe us from existence if they heard that." You got to see this Rumble, man. You got to see the ads they play. They're the best ads. You know, YouTube ads, you go, "Oh shit, another ad." You skip through it. I watch these Rumble ads all the way through. Some of them are 9 minutes long.
Of course you do.
The thing comes up after 5 minutes, skip ad. I'm like, nope, watching this whole thing. But anyway, Stuttering John booked 2 more dates. Now, I was watching Kevin Brennan live. Stuttering John, his stream is live at the same time as Kevin Brennan. And what Kevin Brennan likes to do is what is known as stream snipe Stuttering John. Do you know what that means? It's like when 2 people are live streaming at the same time and one party basically just watches the other party as they're live on their own stream.
Okay.
Some people don't care for that because it feels like it's taking viewers that would have otherwise watched their live stream and they're watching that. So that's kind of like a gray area. But that's what Kevin Brennan does to this guy. So I guess Stuttering John has these 2 shows booked. I watched this live, and then once his live stream's done, it goes straight to Patreon. So I did not have a recording of this, but fortunately there's a guy out there named Dirty Jersey Rat, and he is a clip channel that takes clips from the various Dabble Universe shows and puts them up on his channel. It's one of my favorite channels. And I'm going to play this, and I'm going to play it. Okay, this is the beginning of the video. And what I just said was for context. Oh, also, I got to bring this up. Since we've last talked about Stuttering John, he's broken his wrist. His arm is in a cast. He's broken his wrist.
I saw the whatever at the bottom, and I'm assuming that had something to do with whatever the hell.
Yeah, so he's since broken his wrist. As of the time of this recording, I believe. Well, let's just watch the video first, and let's enjoy this theme song, "Dirty Jersey Rat." I'm gonna link this guy in the channel. You're gonna get more of a better Dabbleverse education from this guy than you are from me. And it's really one of those things you can jump into at any time. You're not going to know what the hell's going on for the first couple of days, maybe even a week or 2. But it's not rocket science, you know what I mean? You'll figure out what's going on. And if you're thinking, well, this seems to be a whole lot about nothing. Yeah, that's the fun of it, you know? This is all, you know what this is? This is like men behaving badly on the internet, which I'm a big fan. So without further ado, do you know how to spell ado?
Not with confidence.
Well, a lot of people think it's ADO, but it's not. Those people are wrong. So this is a Dirty Jersey Rat.
Who thinks that?
Huh?
I think
I
maybe
don't
even
thi-
Dirty Jersey Rat. Dirty Jersey. Yay! I love that song.
Yeah, he didn't sell any tickets. Let me see if I can get the guy from the comic strip on.
The
Everybody
comic
has me
strip. The comic strip. That's who Kevin Brennan's. That's where Stuttering John was booked to perform. Was the comic strip. Popular club up in the tri-state New York area.
Let me see if I can get the guy from the comic strip on. Everybody has me blocked. It's a little too much. I can't take it.
He's calling the manager of the
Tommy,
comic strip.
Kevin Brennan.
how you doing? You're on the air. Hey, Stuttering John's at your club next Thursday, allegedly.
No. Yeah, why? What?
I think he's going to cancel because he just had surgery on his wrist. He got drunk, fell out of the shower, broke his wrist, then he had surgery, and he's saying now that he might not be able to travel. Were any tickets sold for his gig next week?
I haven't sold any. Somebody else is producing the show.
Oh,
The club's not producing the show.
Guess who's producing the show?
Who?
Your favorite member of the Dabble universe. By the way, you're the only person that has this guy that walked away from an introduction to the Dabbleverse, focusing on this guy, Johnny McCarthy.
He's
the
my favorite.
booker and MC of the Rodney show, Stuttering John. You love that guy. I was great. I'm introducing you to the Dabble universe and all the players, and you just zeroed right in on Johnny McCarthy, who's barely
Yep,
a
the
big
biggest
player.
the biggest nobody of the bunch. He's my favorite.
Well, he's booking shows again, man. He's kicking off the Stuttering John tour at the strip. So Kevin Brennan likes to find out how many tickets have been sold, and then he ticket shames people, lampoons them. That's one of his lampoons, which is kind of a funny shtick.
yeah, I would take the night. Yeah, let me take.
So
He's saying now that he might not be.
Yeah, why? What?
I think he's going to cancel because he just had surgery on his wrist. He got drunk, fell out of the shower, broke his wrist, then he had surgery, and he's saying now that he might not be able to travel. Were any tickets sold for his gig next week?
I haven't sold any. Somebody else is producing the show.
Oh.
The club's not producing the show. Why, do you want the night? You want to do it?
Yeah, I would take the night. Yeah, let me take.
All right, it's Kevin Brennan night.
Kevin Brennan night.
I'm down.
So you don't know if there's any tickets sold. There might be some. You don't know.
I have no idea. I haven't talked to the guy. Hasn't told me how many they sold. It's not our ticket link. Like, it's an outside produced show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Is
I
that
don't
Johnny?
know.
Is that Johnny McCarthy guy again?
Johnny
I don't
McCarthy.
even know the guy's name. Fuck, man, I'm the worst.
All right, see if you can find. You don't have to call me back. Just if you have any information, just text me back. But I'll definitely take the gig if you want me to.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I always love you, man. You're always welcome here.
All right, buddy.
All right, miss you, man.
Miss you too. See you next week. Just
Okay, so yeah, even the guy that manages the bar that this guy is producing a show at doesn't even know the name Johnny McCarthy. I think you're the only one that
knows it?
is into Johnny McCarthy stuff.
I'd buy a ticket.
He's a big star here in the culture cheese.
I just can't. I can't believe people like that still exist.
But dude, this is some peak level lampooning.
got a gig. Where's my fucking thing?
This is my favorite show.
Oh, it's a gift that keeps on giving. The booked. I got to write a whole new act for the comic strip. Johnny McCarthy probably booked him there too. Oh, that's funny, Tommy.
Shout out to Johnny
I
McCarthy.
called him last week. He didn't pick up. I'm back, baby. I'm back. I think he can do the gigs next week. And nobody cares because nobody bought the tickets. Let me call Val. Is her name Val?
So he's calling the other comedy
No,
club that
Cal.
Stuttering John is
Cal
booked at.
from from. Maybe I'll take his gig too. Poughkeepsie, or just text him yourselves. Ask John. Ask him, Bob. Ask Cal how many tickets John has sold for Poughkeepsie next Friday. Not a lot. Probably less than 15.
Reason for calling. I'll see if this person is available.
Hi, I'm Kevin Brennan. Call me, please.
Please stay on the line. I'm sorry, this person is not available. If you would like to leave an additional message, please reply after the tone.
Hey, Cal, it's Kevin Brennan, your old pal, Kevin Brennan. Stuttering John's probably can't do next Friday because he broke his wing. He got drunk and he came out of the shower and fell and broke his wrist. They have surgery yesterday, the 8th. And now he's saying he doesn't know if he can do the gig next Friday. But I'm guessing he's just canceling because there were no tickets sold. Because Bob Levy says that you don't need a week to recover from a surgery on a broken wrist. But so I'm calling to see if me and Bob can do the gig. And also how many tickets were sold. Thank you. Miss you. I miss you.
So, okay. Yeah. So, peak level lampooning, you know.
Yeah.
I was really amused. But here's the thing. They're both live at the same time. So as Kevin Brennan is making these calls, I guess Stuttering John's got people reaching out to him while he's live and filling him in that this is what's going on.
Hold on, I'm just calling Johnny again. Maybe he'll pick up. Call the comic strip. Pinky's calling Kevin Brennan and trying to say that I said I was canceling. I didn't say I was canceling. I just said I had to check with my doctor first.
So yeah, this poor guy's got to do damage control while he's live on the air. He's got to call these clubs and reassure them that he's not indeed canceling. Could you imagine?
So could you please call them right now and tell them don't believe anything anybody tells them?
I think he's talking to Johnny McCarthy.
No, just call him. Just tell him, hey, this is Johnny. And, don't listen to this fucking asshole. He tries to sabotage John every fucking second because he's an old man who wears diapers.
It's already my gig.
All right, thank you.
It's already my gig. Done deal. Sim.
So fucking Pinky.
Sim Salabim.
He's such a fucking child, man.
Sim Salabim. It's already my gig. You snooze, you lose.
Exactly.
So, oh, that was great. I like how so Stuttering John, that was Johnny McCarthy he was on the phone with. And I like how he's like, look, just call the club and say, hey, it's me, Johnny. Like he needed to even walk him through that part. So anyway, that's certainly not all that's happening in the Dabble universe. There's actually much bigger things, but that was the only thing I really wanted to highlight just because I found it amusing and wanted it to share. These are peak level lampoons. There's a lot of lampoons. There's a lot of lampoons. They're my favorite part. The lampooning. So yeah, man. That's kind of what's going on over there. You still got a little bit of time because it's
yeah.
Okay, because this is big news. Okay, but I do gotta pause real quick because I gotta go tend to my dog. So real quick, okay.
Okay.
BRB, you know what that stands for?
Be right back.
Damn, man, you are a Zoomer. Look at you. Right on. All right, hold on a second. All right. So a few weeks ago, we reported on the Daniel Larson federal trial, if you remember correctly. And I kind of gave you a brief introduction to Daniel Larson. I was trying to show you a video of one of the events that kind of led to his arrest. And we're talking federal offense, 7 federal felony offenses. Okay, so this is a big deal. And for those that don't know who this guy is, it's just a trip. I was part of this world for a couple years just as an observer. I was a Larsonian. I was an archivist, archiving. He's a guy on from TikTok. And, he was not without his issues. He had some severe issues.
I think he was all issues.
Yeah. Had a very unique look about him. Real big round eyes, kind of an extended nose, like a beak-like nose, and a very long neck. He looked like a Muppet. He looked like a legit Jim Henson, Muppet.
Yeah.
Like, had a very peculiar voice, and was pretty much he was like if Forrest Gump was psychotic. He would find himself in a part of, like, sometimes quite big deals, just various events, just a wake of chaos that he left in his travels. He was homeless. He was aware that he was homeless, but he was barely aware that he was homeless. He thought that he was a celebrity. Thought he was involved in a relationship with another singer-songwriter, celeb. And up until the day that he was incarcerated to the present day, he believes that he is a celebrity. So he would kind of walk around completely just oblivious to everything. But he was on his phone, recorded TikToks all day. And those were good times back, because you could follow along with him in real time.
Yeah.
Like what he was up to, what he was getting into. This guy was banned from literally everywhere in this town in Colorado that he lived in. Every restaurant, hotels, the airport. He was banned from the airport. So he was on his phone so much, and of course, when you're live streaming from your phone nonstop, it's going to have quite the drain on your battery. So, like, he would do stuff like, because this again, much like the Dabble universe, to the Larsonians out there, yeah, they're already aware of this. This is not for the sake of people that are in the know. This is for the sake of people like the King of Lampoons and other people that don't know about this stuff. I'm just trying to give you guys an idea of what we're talking about. Now, we don't see Daniel in this video, but this is one of my favorite ones because along with recording himself, he recorded all the interactions he had with other people, store owners, police. And to watch these people trying to deal with them in maybe even a stern way and watching their frustration gradually raise to the breaking point, while Daniel's demeanor sometimes remains constant and the same.
Oh, this guy! I mean, just that one video we watched, this guy would piss me off. Like in the cab of him in the cab. Yeah, that cab driver was about ready to go insane. Yeah, it's rough.
And then Daniel will sit there and turn it around on that guy. The other guy's doing something wrong. So you're not going to see Daniel in this video, but I've just given a description of him. So what happened was he's walking down the street. He's got like no phone battery left. Walks past a house that appears to have an outdoor electrical outlet on the porch and just sets up shop on the guy's porch, sits down, plugs his phone in, and he's just letting it charge.
Okay.
This is like a residential suburban house with a front porch. You know what I mean? I guess this guy came home to find Daniel Larson, who this guy doesn't know what a Daniel Larson is. All he sees is this incredibly unique-looking individual who, from what I understand from people that had contact with him, stunk to high heavens. He had scabies. He had man, he was in rough shape, and that's what's sitting on his porch, just plugging his phone in. So you don't really get to see what happened upon this guy coming home, but I guess this guy got home, and he was not happy. So he starts calling 911. As soon as Daniel senses danger, as soon as he feels threatened, out comes the phone, and he's on TikTok broadcasting it, and everyone's just glued to the phone, watching what's going on.
The natural response. That's first instinct.
Yeah. So this is my favorite, one of my favorite videos from the Daniel Larson content vault is a lot of fun. So this is the guy's house. This is his porch. So this video is being taken from the vantage point of Daniel, who was just minding his own business on this guy's porch, charging his phone.
Oh God.
So this guy comes home. I don't know what happened before. This is the beginning of the video.
Okay.
But he's on the phone with the police. With the police operator.
Before you start the video, let me just say to point out the obvious. Everybody's seeing the picture. This does not look like the type of porch where that would be a common occurrence or something something you would ever expect to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. This, like I said, a very residential, suburban, seemingly nice neighborhood. And this guy comes home, and it wasn't even, this is going to sound rough, but it wasn't like he came home to find you or I sitting on his porch. This is a guy with a very long neck, a very protruding beak-like nose, and eyes that bug out of his head like Beaker. You remember Beaker from the Muppets?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like Beaker with a voice to match. So he's on the phone with the police operator, okay? And this guy, he's speaking to him with a firm hand. And I think that he kind of, because Daniel is not an imposing or intimidating looking figure. He's very small man. He's like a Muppet, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
So I think this guy was pretty confident that if he just spoke with enough,
authority.
Yeah, that this guy would have scurried off. So let's check out what's going on here on the porch. This is known as the Porch Incident.
Of course it is.
That video we watched last week in the taxi cab,
that's
referred to as the taxi cab incident. But this is the Porch Incident, and this is one of my favorite ones.
Yes, I have a trespasser sitting on my patio in the front of my house.
So whoever posted this video, they edited that. This is him giving his address and personal information. Yeah. So when it goes silent like that, that's why.
Get the fuck out. Telling you. Did you fucking hear what I said? Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, and I think like at this point, this would have been enough to get anybody moving. You know what I mean? Tells him to get out. The guy doesn't leave. He could have forcibly removed him, but instead, I'll do the right thing. I'm going to call the police. He's got the police on speakerphone to show that, I'm not joking around with you, man. I'm calling the cops on you. Daniel just sits there. He's just sitting on the guy's porch with his phone plugged in.
Hasn't said a word. Daniel way.
Yeah, hasn't said a word. And this guy is probably at this point going, I kind of thought this would have been enough. But nope. The guy's still sitting here, still plugging his phone, and now has it pulled out and pointing at him, recording him. And this guy certainly sounds like he means business. He's given his address. That's why it's muted.
What's going on there? I have a trespasser sitting on my porch who doesn't want to leave. No. I don't know.
I don't know.
That's what I said.
I had a similar conversation the other night on the Stoneddad stream, but I don't know. Is it a male or female? He's looking at Daniel Larson like, I don't know. Again, if you've seen this guy, you're not going to see him in this video, but this is a trip.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Yeah, wearing like a jogging outfit, red stripe, black pants with a red stripe, sweatshirt with a backpack. Looks like a homeless person. Needs to get off my property.
And he was, in fact, a homeless person during this time period.
I don't know. If they do, they better show it right now.
Yeah, so he's going to give his first and last name. But the guy's posturing as if, like, I'm almost doing you a favor by calling the cops, because otherwise I'd just be beating your fucking ass right here on this porch. You know what I mean? But this guy seems, by just the very little information we have about this guy.
Yeah, he probably
just a normal law-abiding. Yeah. How am I in this position? And that's what's so great about these.
It's one thing to find him there, and then to just be in disbelief that the guy can't understand that you're asking him to leave, and he thinks he's in the right.
Every day it was like a similar interaction with a random person. This is not a prankster. This guy is not pulling pranks. He's the real deal. He's legit.
Yeah.
And much like we saw last week in the taxi cab, does not think he's doing anything wrong. Look at Daniel just filming, recording.
Okay. If I ever see you on this fucking property again, there's gonna be consequences. Do you understand me? You don't come over here charging your fucking phone and using my fucking electricity. Who the fuck are you? I suggest you get the fuck out of here because they're on their fucking way.
Now there's Daniel's feet.
Yeah, just sitting there.
Yeah, just sitting down on the guy's porch. Can you imagine?
Are you gonna wait? Is that what you're waiting for?
I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know if you're going to...
I'm asking you a fucking question. You better get the fuck off of here. Get the fuck out of here before I fucking move you out of here.
So this guy's pissed. He's pissed. And this is what I mean. The guy's already frustrated, and now he's pissed. And Daniel doesn't, he's seemingly cool, calm, collected the whole time.
If you take one step closer...
Get the fuck off my property!
If you take one step
Get
closer...
the fuck off my property!
If you take one step closer...
Get the fuck off my fucking property! They're coming for you, stupid fuck! Don't you understand? Why are you fucking here?
If you put one hand on me...
Get the fuck out of here!
Okay.
Really?
What?
You do like that?
You're threatening me, and...
Yeah, you heard him.
What?
That was one of Daniel's go-to. When he felt threatened, out comes the phone, out comes the TikTok, and then out comes what you just heard.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
So this guy is completely stunned now.
As am I.
He's just been going off on this guy, letting him know, I'm about ready to physically remove you off my property.
Mm-hmm.
And Daniel, hey, you better not put a hand on me. I think what the guy did, if you look, you see his arm reach over. I think he kind of poked at him, like, don't lay a hand on me. And then he went and touched him, like, yeah, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
Well, you heard what Daniel's going to do about it.
Gonna be like that?
You're threatening me, and I don't know.
Get the fuck off my property!
I don't know if you're going to put hands on me or...
Call me and...
Yeah. Okay. So, I'll tell you what. My favorite part is coming up. So we've seen the anger level just reaching the boiling point. And I just don't. At this point now, he's livid. But then, with each time Daniel opens his mouth, I think, along with being completely enraged, I think he's terribly confused. Like, what in the world is going on with my day today?
Oh yeah.
And I mean, and this here it is being broadcasted to Daniel's entire fan base. My favorite part.
If you're going to put hands on me,
you better get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Here it comes.
They're coming for you, bud. Whatever the fuck you are, get the fuck out of here. Why are you here? You think you can just come on somebody's fucking property, use their shit, and get the fuck out? Who the fuck are you? Get the fuck out of here.
No, because I'm afraid.
What do you mean no?
I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
That's it right there. What do you mean, no? He reached his breaking point.
As
Daniel,
he should. I mean,
like, get the F out of here now.
dude, I mean,
Daniel
honestly,
responds with, no. What do you mean, no? Just his reaction. What do you mean, no? This guy is out of things to say. What else is there to do? I love that part. Can I watch it again? Like, this guy is livid mad, and then Daniel, no. And this guy just snaps. What do you mean, no?
yeah, like, what kind of answer is that?
I clipped this part, and sometimes when I'm texting with people and they say no, I send them the part of this guy flipping out, going, "What do you mean no?" It's my favorite part.
It's like it's like he's almost like trying to like claim that he has like squatters' rights in a matter of 2 minutes that he doesn't have to leave.
Yeah. He's in his mind. This guy's the problem, not him.
Use their shit and get the fuck out? Who the fuck are you?
Daniel Larson, motherfucker.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, because I'm afraid.
What do you mean no?
I'm afraid.
You
if
better
you're,
start walking. I'm gonna give you the opportunity to start walking. What the fuck is your fucking problem?
if you're gonna put hands on
Get
me,
your fucking ass out of here. Don't fucking come here. Don't you fucking show your face around here again. What the fuck are you gonna do? You want me to fuck you up? Is that what you want? Get the fuck out of here and don't fucking come back. Don't do it, bud. Don't do it.
if you're gonna put hands on me,
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so that was that. That was the Porch Incident.
Did he end up getting his ass kicked a lot? Like, did people just, I mean, out of frustration, just start kicking his ass?
Daniel had what we referred to in the Larsonian community as plot armor, where he could seemingly, what he did was certainly not without consequence. He would be thrown out of places. These led to some extreme meltdowns, which I have a good time reliving these Daniel Larson moments and sharing them with you for the first time. So we'll definitely get into some of that.
Like, did he frequently get his ass kicked? Like, did people just start kicking his ass?
No.
I mean, I guess because you would feel like I think people would look at him, feel bad, like, and just not. Like,
Nothing that was documented. There's like no documented beatings of him. There's speculation. That's the thing. There's a lot of speculation in this universe. People kind of theorizing things and filling in the blanks, because every day was like something totally insane, but differently insane from the day before. So whatever's not on TikTok, you kind of had to fill in those blanks yourself based on Daniel's surroundings and Daniel's own words. But as I called him in another video that we talked about him, he's an unreliable narrator, So to my knowledge, he was never beat up or anything like that, or not any. I certainly don't remember that. I think that's something I'd be remembered, but
okay,
I would remember. But anyway, we discussed his trial. That he was he had been in a mental facility for the duration of his incarceration. They've been evaluating to see if he was competent to stand trial. Now, there's been no new Daniel Larson footage pretty much since 2024, because that's when he got detained. There's been some phone calls from jail, but since he got transferred to the mental facility for examination, there was no contact. So there's a website called larsonleak.net. That's where I go to now to get all my information. When there's not like daily stuff coming out. The wheels of justice move slow, King of Lampoons. But much to the shock of all of us, Daniel was deemed competent to stand trial. And then I guess it came to light that I think we talked about this, that he had accepted a plea deal.
Yeah.
Which means he was pleading guilty. There weren't a whole lot of details available. And his court date was just scheduled for just the other day, April 9th. So we were all waiting with anticipation to see what the verdict was, because, I mean, something was going to happen. He wasn't going to just be let go.
Yeah.
So, got some dark, and look, I get all this information from LarsonLeak.net, and I'll stick that link in the description. Look at this: the United States of America versus Daniel Larson. I mean, just even this is just completely absurd. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is a federal case. Now, unfortunately, there's no recording permitted in federal court. If it was like state and civil, I think that you're allowed to stream and broadcast, but not federal. So
Right.
there's no media. And now this guy was charged with 7 felony federal accounts. Whatever this plea deal was, Daniel Larson pled guilty to one of them.
Yeah.
Threatening of a federal agent who, to us at the time, we didn't even realize was a real person. He used to always refer to this Agent McDougal that was, trying to interview him. We just thought this was just some internet troll. There was a faction of the Larson world that was always in his ear posing as somebody, just trying to, get him jumbled up, feed him a bunch of crazy misinformation, pose as various people. Like at the time, President Biden. So he thought that he was getting this from President Joe Biden. You just tricked me out. The United States of America versus Daniel Larson. That's got to be
That's great.
Of a Netflix documentary one of these days. But I don't think it's on this page. Here's some stuff. Here's some clips from the legal. These are from the official court documents. And it's kind of like recapping his case. December 26, 2023, the defendant posted to social media. Whenever you see SMP there, that's referring to social media platform. They're talking about TikTok. I'm going to the Colorado Capitol building. I'm going to the University of Colorado. He was responsible for a government building being evacuated at one point. Here's another social media post a couple days later. The defendant acknowledged, I might be in legal trouble with the feds for the threats I've made. He was just keeping his audience updated to that. Let's move ahead to, this was Christmas Day 2023. He went up to TikTok and made a video in which he stated, I will fucking have, and then the agent's name. So that'll do it.
I mean, I feel like he's there's not really a case to.
Yeah.
there.
We're into the next year, the Lord's year 2024, and he's I will. The FBI can go ahead and press legal charges on me. I will just. Now I'm reading this. This is just a text. I've got video of him saying stuff wilder than this that we're not going to show right now. I don't want to get off too far off the subject, which is the Daniel Larson court trial. But yeah, it just went on and on and on. And so yeah, it looks like I can't find the other document, but it looks like he's going to serve. The sentence is going to be about 24 to 36 months or so, which I believe the time that he's already spent, which has been since April of 2024, is going to count as time served.
Yeah, probably.
He's going to be released under supervision. So I guess that means probation. And then he's got to. Here's another. I do want to show this image. I don't want to just skip over because this is kind of important. I thought because at this point these people realize they're dealing with something really strange. Yeah. Well, actually, this is not what I'm looking for. Let me bring up this website. This is LarsonLeak.net that I go to for all my Daniel Larson breaking news. Yeah, so this is LarsonLeak.net. And yeah, this is April 9th, just the other day. So you kind of got to read this from the bottom up. This website is kind of in like almost like block format. So look at this. This is the day of. And there's Larsonians camped outside the federal building recording because they couldn't get in to record, I guess. And they're just looking for any footage they can. These people, this is boots on the ground. That's where Daniel Larson is right now. Well, or where he was on the 9th, inside the federal court building. And this website just kind of look at this. It's all time stamped by date with updates. Our reporter is inside the courthouse awaiting the hearing with Daniel's attorney, and there looks to be about a group of around 5 fans/trolls from Reddit. Reddit and TikTok, those are the Daniel Larson platforms. You go on X, I try to post some updates about Daniel Larson, and there isn't a whole lot of interest on X. It's kind of, well, TikTok and Reddit is where all the action
That's
happens.
his home.
3 o'clock, the schedule, the hearing is scheduled to begin. And then look at this. This is just like updates from the court. So a source who was in the courtroom said he pled guilty to count 6, threatening. Then it's got the agent's name. Sentencing delayed to July. And then it's just like little bits and pieces. He has a new legal guardian, a gentleman by this name who is unfamiliar to me. I don't even know if this guy really even understands the like exactly what he's even involved with.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Daniel
did it.
Say, are you about to read that paragraph? Because that's the paragraph we should be focusing on.
Which one? You go ahead. Which one?
Daniel did an angry tongue as he sat down.
Yeah, I unfortunately don't have anything readily available to illustrate that, but whatever you're picturing in your head, it's probably close. Yeah, the angry tongue is, he's got a very odd pointy tongue that comes out when he's angry, or feels like he's in danger, much like a turtle, I suppose. And it just shoots straight up his nose. And it's a sight, man. It's a sight. I don't have any pictures readily available, but it's nightmare-inducing. It's nightmare-inducing. Judge Rodriguez asked Daniel basic questions like his name, age, and what his highest level of schooling was. He said high school and some college. And she asked what he studied. He said music. She asked where he went to school, and he said UCLA Film School. Now, he's not lying. He's not perjuring himself under oath to the Honorable Judge Rodriguez. He believes that he did go to UCLA because a group of trolls from Reddit contacted him and enrolled him full scholarship into online UCLA school. Now, these UCLA classes were conducted over Discord, I believe, as most accredited universities do. And Daniel would jump on this call, and these guys had orchestrated an entire online classroom setting with a professor and everything. And they had history class. The class was encouraged to participate in whatever was being taught that day. Daniel included, and this is all, there's video of all this stuff out there. Maybe we'll get into Daniel Larson's college career one of these days. Certainly not today, but that's what he's referring to. So yeah, he thinks he went to college. He thinks he went to UCLA, talking to a bunch of trolls in Discord. Oxman, his new legal guardian, seemed confused as to why there were so many people in the gallery. Daniel laughed and said, "Sorry, I'm famous," and then plugged his iHeart Radio channel. Feeler was clearly annoyed. Feeler is his attorney, I believe. Yeah, he believes he's a celebrity. He's in federal court facing 77 felony accounts, and he's plugging iHeart Radio channel that I have to imagine is long defunct. They could sense Daniel was tense and tried to calm him down and make him more comfortable, even getting him to laugh. Daniel lightened the mood by saying they were served Diet Coke today for lunch, adding that he asked one of the guards if it had in it, followed by a mischievous laugh. So, hey, man, he's trying to keep things light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy to me. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
Wait until July to see what's going to happen. And again, to the people in the Daniel Larson community, this is not breaking news. In fact, you know, I never claimed to be the source of breaking news. You got to go to larsonleak.net for all this stuff. But there probably isn't going to be any more updates until July. So I wouldn't mind devoting a little bit of time, or maybe some episodes coming up, just to bring you up to speed on Daniel Larson. It's going to be impossible to bring you up to, you know, with everything, but maybe just some highlights just to give you the general.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I don't know if you enjoy this stuff or not, but
I mean, I do. It's very entertaining. He pisses me off. Like, I don't know. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I'm wildly amused by all these people, but you have a strong distaste for a lot of these people. We were doing a YouTube channel, the Wheel of Content channel, and I had introduced you to a character named Lisa Richard. And
yeah,
your hatred for her just amused the hell out of me. It was good. So yeah, that's all I've got. That I don't know if you've got anything else, you know, to add to pushing the culture forward. Do you got any culture you'd like to discuss before we sign off?
No. Nope.
Okay, do you want to take us out of here since I did the intro and everything in between?
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning. Thanks for tuning into Culture Cheese, and we'll catch you next time.
Hey, Stoneddad, I'm just fucking with you, man. I don't think you're in the damn mafia. I hope that this actually gave you a little bit of a laugh. Everybody, be good.
They're escalating this shit. They just let me fucking scream on the phone because they were telling me that I was a bitch and now I'm a liar. Fuck you guys, bitches, motherfucker!